I did a little research. I asked Google AI this question and I challenge you to do the same. What issues cause adults the most anxiety? These are the answers that the AI gave me, and I think we both can agree. First and foremost, I'm going to read so you don't have to. Sit back and relax. For adults, the most common drivers of anxiety fall into five primary buckets: finances, health, work, relationships, and major life transitions. Often it is a complex buildup, not just one thing, of these daily realities colliding with one another. Things collide, you reach a tipping point, a boiling point, and everything that's on the inside comes out. Let's see if we can break these down. Number one is financial strain. The price of gas, the price of eggs, the price of poultry, meat, supporting a family, and just keeping a roof over your head if you're single like me is a challenge in 2026. I would agree. I think you would also. Number two on the list is work and career. Performance pressures defines a massive chunk of adults waking hours. So once again, performance issues at work play a massive chunk of adults waking and walking hours, meaning we're stressed at work if we're going to get the promotion. We are stressed at work if our performance is good enough. We are stressed at work with the amount of hours, whether you work in third shift, getting up early in the morning, the commute, the traffic, all the anxieties that comes with running late and those feelings that you feel, the anxiety of the meetings that we're in when we're perhaps not as prepared as we would like to be, and the pressures that we get from those that we report to. Heavy workloads, toxic environments. The workplace is now a toxic environment, no matter what walk of life you found yourself working in. Fear of layoffs, and the blurred lines between work and personal time. Personal time to spend with our families, personal time to explore our hobbies and interests, personal time just to rest, personal time to stay fit, personal time just to take a walk and smell some fresh air wherever you can find it this day and time. It's causing a lot of adult anxiety. Number three on the list is health and wellness. Physical and mental health are deeply intertwined with anxiety. The better we feel, the less anxiety we have. The healthier that we are, the less anxiety that we have. Here's the issues: managing chronic illnesses, the physical buildup of sleep deprivation. Let's come back to sleep deprivation. I've been there, and it affects us in ways that we probably don't even think about. And poor nutrition, hormonal fluctuations, the thyroid. If you watch this show, I told you back in 2012, I was down to 135 pounds. As we can see, I recovered, but it was hormonal issues due to anxiety, stress, heavy workload, all of the above that had me sick, thinking that I was going to not make it. Relationships is number four. Whether that's relationships with our coworkers, relationships with our loved ones and friends, and our romantic relationships. The social connections meant to ground us can also be major sources of stress. Social media stress, X stress, Instagram stress, YouTube stress, Facebook stress, Snapchat, and oh, let's not forget TikTok stress, where we are stressed watching everyone's highlight reel, comparing our lives to theirs. Here's the issues: divorce, conflict with partners, romantic partners, that is, caring for aging parents. If you're Generation X like me and you have boomer parents, they're not as young as they used to be. That's stressful. Or loneliness, which I covered in my last live stream. There's a loneliness epidemic for both men, women, and whatever you happen to claim as your gender or preference. And social isolation. Moving on to number five: uncertainty and major transitions. What could that be? Adult life inherently involves navigating unpredictable changes. Here's the issues: the cumulative buildup of smaller stressful situations, moving, having a baby, or global scale anxieties, like what we went through during the beer plague pandemic. So those are some things that are affecting us in anxiety. How does anxiety affect our relationships? As I mentioned, relationships with your kids, your wife, your brother, your sister, family members, friends, at work, your social settings, whether it's your sorority, your lodge, your fraternity, wherever that you belong. How's anxiety that we're feeling affecting those relationships? And this is what Google AI said. Anxiety affects relationships by altering communication, increasing conflict, and causing emotional distance or over dependency. Number one, a common relationship impacts over dependency, clinginess, fear of rejection. It can lead to constant need for validation. We are in an attention economy, if you have not noticed, where the need for validation is overwhelming. Every guy at the gym seems to want to come in, flex in front of the mirror, have somebody taking pictures so they can get that validation instead of just looking in the mirror and saying, wow, it's coming together. Been there, I've done that. Moving right along, number two is avoidance and withdrawal. People that's withdrawn from society, those that are being affected from the loneliness epidemic. Number three, overanalyzing and misinterpretation. Number four is irritability and high reactivity. Number five is intimacy issues. Well, here are the ones that affected me and the ones that I think from personal experience that will destroy a relationship a whole lot faster. In any relationship, there's going to be give and take. People are inherently wired to accept a little bit of BS from us, but these are game changers and deal breakers. Number one is the over dependency and clinginess. You're going to suffer from that in some shape, form, or fashion when you are pressed with anxiety. When anxiety, those tight shoulders, you know that feeling. Fear of rejection. Fear of rejection is what a lot of young men are feeling, and that's why they're not approaching you young ladies for dates and relationships. There's a lot of factors involved, but it's the fear of rejection. Anxiety heightens the fear of rejection. It can lead to constant need for validation. How many validation seekers do we see throughout the day with a cell phone out, ready to post to social media to let the whole world know, hey, look at me. Look at this highlight reel that I am creating. A highlight reel does not show the whole game. A highlight reel does not show all the misses and the failures. Usually, if you watch ESPN, which I don't anymore, it's going to give the top plays. Moving on to the next one, as I mentioned, a constant need for validation. Here's one that got me when I was suffering from anxiety. Overanalyzing and misinterpretation. The flight or fight response. You know that fight or flight now? Fight or flight will keep you alive. You hear a big pow. That could be a firearm going on. Fight or flight kicks in, gets you out of a sticky, dangerous situation. Fight or flight, failing in a relationship will destroy it. And here's why. The fight or flight response can cause a person to overthink, misread a partner's tone, or find hidden meanings in innocent comments. Just an innocent comment. Hey, where you been? What do you mean where I been? Anxiety does that. I've been there. I've done that. Here's another deal breaker that's going to happen in a relationship if you're suffering from anxiety. And ladies and gentlemen, that is those intimacy issues. You're going to suffer from constant stress, body stress, mental stress, emotional stress, spiritual stress if you're suffering from anxiety, fatigue. If you're always tired, you just wake up, 3 hours later, you're tired, anxiety could be the culprit. Inability to stay present-minded, be present in the moment, be present on the date, be present during the conversation, be present emotionally and physically during that act that we like to do between the sheets. And it's going to affect you both emotional and your physical intimacy. Sir, if you're a man about your salt, your woman wants you to be emotionally and physically intimate with her, and many times at the same time. You're going to have an opportunity doing that, being successful if you're stressed and if you're suffering from anxiety.